Good morning, one and all. Today we will discuss specific heat capacity. So here this topic already we are discussed a previous chapter. So again, we are discussing here specific heat capacity is nothing but the amount of heat. Okay, the amount of heat is required or transferred is required to raise the temperature of unit mass by 1 degree Celsius is called as specific heat capacity. It is also called specific heat. Okay, both are same. Specific heat capacity or specific heat, both are same here. So specific heat capacity is denoted as S. Okay, S equals to delta Q by M into delta T. Okay, specific heat capacity S equals to delta Q by M into delta T. So this specific heat capacity or specific heat is depend upon, so S is depends upon the nature of the substance, okay, and its temperature. So when temperature is increases, some substances specific heat capacities increase, some substances specific heat capacities decrease. Okay, here the units SI units for specific heat capacity, so here joule for kilogram for Kelvin. Okay, so this is the units. Now we can discuss, so this specific heat capacity, so we can take mass in moles. Okay, so specific heat capacity is called the molar specific heat capacity. Molar specific heat capacity or molar specific heat. Okay, so what is molar specific heat capacity? Here the amount of heat is required to raise the temperature of the substances of mole substance or mole of the substance by 1 degree Celsius is called molar specific heat capacity. Molar specific heat capacity. Okay, here, so in replace of unit mass, so substance is mole, so it is denoted as C equals to delta Q by mu into delta T. So here mu is the number of moles, so it is also depend upon C is depends upon nature of the substance, nature of the substance and temperature. So it is also depend upon the temperature. Okay, now so what are the units? SI units for C is joule for mole for Kelvin. Okay, it is SI units for C, that is molar specific heat capacity, joule for mole for Kelvin. So we can discuss the molar specific heat capacity for gases. So that is two types. So first one, at constant temperature, at constant volume, at constant pressure. Okay, molar specific heat capacity at constant value, so it is denoted as CV, and molar specific heat capacity at constant pressure, so it is denoted as CP. So CV equals to, so delta Q by mu into delta T at constant value, and Cp equals to delta Q by mu into delta T at constant pressure. Okay, so it is same equation and same definition is there. The amount of heat is required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of substance, unit mole of substance by 1 degree Celsius at constant volume is called the molar specific heat capacity of the constant value. Okay, at constant pressure, so at constant pressure the temperature is raised 1 degree Celsius, the substance is mole, the amount of heat is required is called the molar specific heat capacity at constant pressure. Now we can discuss specific heat capacity of water. So specific heat capacity, the water have the more specific heat capacity among solids and liquids. So that is solids and liquids, water has largest specific heat capacity, largest specific heat capacity among solids and liquids. Okay, water has a largest specific heat capacity, more specific heat capacity. So due to water is slowly cools down and water is slowly heat. Okay, a temperature is increases very slowly and temperature is decreases very slowly. Then in liquid specific heat capacity is minimum. So mercury is a liquid state, so it is a metal. So in liquid metal, it is a liquid metal, so it have low specific heat capacity among liquids in liquids. Okay, so here again specific heat capacity of water is variable, so due to the temperature. So when the temperature at 15 degrees Celsius, the specific heat capacity of water is maximum. Okay, at 37 degrees Celsius, specific heat capacity of water is minimum. Again it increases the temperature, specific heat capacity also it is increased. Okay, at 0 Kelvin, all substances have specific heat capacity 0 specific heat capacity Okay, here the substances we have taken, the substances with highest specific heat. Okay, highest specific heat capacity, substances have bad conductor of heat. Okay, lowest specific heat capacity substances have good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, so lowest specific heat capacity substances have bad conductors of heat and lowest specific heat capacity of substances have the good conductor of heat and electricity. Now we can derive the equation for ideal gas. So ideal gas, the relation between Cp and Cv. Okay, Cp minus Cv equals to R. So this is the relation between the specific heat capacity, molar specific heat capacities at constant pressure, molar specific heat capacity at constant value, Cp minus Cv equals to R. Here R is the gas constant, so R equals to 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay, joule per mole per Kelvin. So it is a constant, gas constant. So we will derive this equation Cp minus Cv equals to R. Okay, first, so we know that molar specific heat capacity at constant volume so it is denoted as CV. So CV equation, CV equals to, so delta Q by mu into delta T at constant value. So this is equation number 1. So now we can take molar specific heat. Molar specific heat capacity at constant pressure. At constant pressure, it is denoted as Cp. So here Cp equals to delta Q by mu into delta T at constant pressure. So it is equation number 2. So from first law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, so what is the equation? First law of thermodynamics, delta Q equals to delta U plus P delta V. Okay, so this is equation number 3. So both sides, on both sides we can divide with mu and delta T. So then delta Q by mu into delta T equals to delta U by mu into delta T plus P delta V by mu into delta T. Okay, so this is equation number 4. Now we can consider equation number 4 at constant value. At constant value here we have taken delta Q by mu into delta T at constant value equals to delta U by mu into delta T constant value plus P into delta V by mu into delta T. It is also constant value. There is no change. Both sides we can take constant value. So here delta Q by mu into delta T at constant value is nothing but molar specific heat capacity at constant value. So it is taken as CV. Okay, again delta U by mu into delta T at constant value. So here the internal energy is only depend upon the temperature. Okay, here internal energy mu is the number of moles is constant. So delta T, so here delta U, the change in internal energy, so that is decrease or increase. So it is only depend upon the temperature. So it is not depend upon volume or pressure. So we can remove this subscript. So then delta U by mu into delta T. So we can remove this subscript of V plus P delta V by mu into delta T at constant value. At constant value, change in volume equals to 0. So then it is 0. So from this equation, CV equals to delta U by mu into delta T. So this is equation number 5. From equation number 4, so we consider at constant pressure, so then delta Q by mu into delta T at constant pressure equals to delta U by mu into delta T at constant pressure plus delta U by mu into delta T, sorry, it is P delta V. So P delta V by mu into delta T at constant pressure. Okay, here delta Q by mu into delta T into P. So at constant pressure it is Cp. Okay, that equals to, here also, so internal energy doesn't depend upon the pressure. So it is only depend upon delta T, so temperature. So then the pressure subscription pressure is removed. So then delta U by mu into delta T plus, here same equation, P delta V by mu into delta T at constant pressure. Okay, so this is equation number 6. From equation number 5, so here delta U by mu into delta T equals to Cv. So then Cp equals to Cv plus P into delta V by mu delta T at constant pressure. So this is equation number 7. From ideal gas equation, so we can consider PV equals to mu RT. So this is ideal gas equation. So here, so pressure is taken constant. So then mu is constant, R is constant, change in volume, okay, P into change in volume equals to mu R into change in temperature. So from this equation, P delta V by, so mu delta T at constant pressure, we can consider pressure is constant, so it is R. So this equation is substitute in equation number 7. The above equation is substitute in equation number 7. So then what is the equation? Cp equals to Cv plus R. So then Cp minus Cv equals to R. Okay, this is the equation. Cp minus Cv equals to R. R is the gas constant. So this value is R equals what? R equals to 8.314 into, or 8.3 only, 8.3 or 8.314. So it is joule for mole for Kelvin. Okay, joule for mole for Kelvin. So this is the gas constant. Again here Cp is greater than Cv. Okay, the at constant pressure molar specific heat capacity is greater than, at constant value, molar specific heat capacity of that substance. So Cp is greater than Cv. So this is about the equation, so the derivation for relation between Cp and Cv. And so what are the units for heat the heat units are joule, SI units are joules. For CGS units, so it is calories. So what is the definition for the calorie? So 1 calorie. So the definition is, it is defined as, okay, so specific heat capacity of water in calories, the amount of heat is required to raise temperature of 1 gram of water from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called as 1 calorie. Okay, it is also defined, the amount of heat is required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius by 1 degree Celsius is called as a 1 calorie. So here the specific heat capacity of water, so C equals to 4186 joule for kg for Kelvin. Okay, so it is also taken in grams. C equals to water specific heat capacity, so 4.186 joule per gram for Kelvin. So this is the specific heat capacity of water.